Okay. So I like old movies. So I watched Death Wish, and it's pretty good. So I talked to a friend of mine at work, and he's like, "Hey, did you know Bruce Willis? They did a remake of Death Wish." I'm like, oh, okay. Spoilers, it sucks. It's not good. Watch the original. That's not why I'm making this video. I'm making this video because it's on Tubi and I get ads. And there's an ad for Instacart. And you have a typical mother with a typical kid teaching him how to tie his shoes. And it basically says, "We're here so you can be there." That's beautiful for regular folk. But let me offer you the insights of the life with an autistic child. You know, when you have a 4-year-old that's nonverbal, that doesn't know how to, he's still in diapers, he doesn't know how to get himself ready. He's he's beautiful and I love my son deeply. But he's nothing like these children. And I think what bugs me is that if I was this is silly because I'm in a small percentage of the world, right? I have to be. I hope I am. But I want to make an ad that appeals to people like myself, you know, about the struggles of being a single parent. And it's usually single mothers. I get it, but it's not all single mothers. It's single parents. And I want to make an ad that appeals to that. Show children like my son goes to a school with 300 other children with extreme disability. I mean, I'm talking extreme. I mean, it's heartbreaking the things I've seen. It's one thing to have autism, it's another to have a physical disability on top of it. I don't know why I'm making this video. I've had a bad day. You know, let me show you my phone. This is what my phone looks like. It's completely gone. It's my lifeline. I'm upset. I'm pissed off. I work 7 days a week. I'm in a really grumpy mood. I am in a big grumpy mood. And I just see these ads of just like a kid, like, "I'm tying my shoes, mommy. I can self-sustainable. I can wake up in the morning and I can put a shirt on." My son doesn't know how to put a shirt on. He just turned 4. He doesn't know how to put a shirt on. He knows how to take things off. He doesn't know how to talk to me unless it's sign language, you know? And it just, this is a me problem and nobody else problem. I recognize that and I'm just upset. But something about these ads, it's like when I talk to other parents out there, I can't, a good friend of mine is a manager with me, okay? He's now having his third child. His second child is slightly delayed in verbal communication. And he wants to bitch to me about it. He wants to bitch to me about it. And I just want to slap the shit out of him, you know? But I really don't. I want to encourage him and I just want to tell him, your son's fine. Like, he's got a vocabulary of like 40 words. He's fine. You're going to be okay. He's not like my son. And so when I try to express to other people the challenges and the difficulties, imagine having a child at 4 years old that is nonverbal, that doesn't communicate with you through language. I also have a child that doesn't eat food. Think about having a 4-year-old that still has formula. I want other people, if you're a parent, if you're not, if you don't have a kid, you don't know what I'm saying. And that's fine. I'm not pissed. It's cool. But for anyone out there that does, try to imagine what it's like. It's, it drives me crazy to see these ads about this. Oh, we're going to tie our shoes, and here's Instacart with our grocery. My life on a daily basis has been rushing home. I have my work bag, my son's diaper bag, my son's backpack. I got to pull it. I can't take him to the store. He's not going to let me just go roaming around a grocery store. I work 7 days a week. I spend the 20 minutes I have between getting off and picking up from the bus, rushing around the store, putting it in the car, buying a bag of ice to keep it cold till the bus comes, to get him home and unload everything. God forbid I'm going to try and do chores. I mean, look, come on. I'm not Mr. Tidy asshole. I get it. Judge me if you want. I don't give a fuck. It's just so tiring. I want to tell the story of what it's like to have and this autistic shit's being abused. I'm tired. I'm so tired of hearing these coherent people claim that they're autistic. Fuck you. You don't have a fucking clue. Okay? You're full of shit. Like, I've done the surveys. I've been through 5 3-hour interviews with specialized therapists with my son to evaluate him. That's 15 hours I've spent just in interviews. I'm not talking about everything. I'm talking about just in interviews to get him on state protection, to get, not protection, but state help to get him into the school that he's in, the whole shebang. I've seen autism. I've seen disability. Trust me when I tell you, I have seen some children there's a woman at my bus stop and I love her to death. I'm going to keep names out of this the best I can do it. I don't want to slip up. I don't want you to know where I'm at if I can help it. This woman is amazing. Her and her husband have a little bit of money. They've adopted children. They adopted 2 children that were meth babies, okay? Methamphetamine babies who were on feeding tubes and premature and just, they adopted them. Her one son, just last week, had to have the muscles in his legs severed because his leg wasn't long enough. He was walking on one toe and it wasn't right and they had to fix it. You know, I've seen some shit. And that poor boy is not only autistic, and I promise you he's autistic. Genuinely. Not bullshit autistic. Not bullshit I want to cut my dick off or cut my tits off and I'm a weirdo. In Christ's sakes, I've seen the evaluations. I fall under about 5 of the categories for autism. You need to hit about a dozen before you're actually fucking autistic, folks. Just because you're sensitive to light, sensitive to sound, that doesn't make you autistic. You stupid fucks. This is I don't know what this is about. This is a video about me. I'm upset. I'm annoyed. And this stupid ad about Instacart, it made me click the buttons. It made me set this up. It made me go, I'm going to make a video about this. And it's incoherent and ridiculous, I realize. But there's something about my story I want people to understand. I want other people out there. I've seen these channels about raising your child. Here are some tips and tricks. you know, and it's about tips and tricks of just regular kids. And there's a lot of regular kids, and that's a great thing to have. I'm not mad. But when I message them going, hey, this isn't a strategy that works for me, they don't know how to respond to me. Or I get, well, it sounds like you need some other outlet. Or I have actually been told I should create my own channel about tips of raising autistic kids. That's not what this channel is, obviously. My channel's a joke. But when you are a single parent with an autistic kid, you don't have the time in your life to create a channel about tips and tricks about raising children, for God's sakes. I work 7 fucking days a week. I work 7 days a week because my son's schedule with his school, he's not eligible for daycare. There's no daycare in my area that will take special needs children. I have to get him by 2 o'clock from his bus every day. That's not enough time on the clock. It's not. So my only option is to work through the weekend. I've been doing this for 3 years. So where on my palette is time to make a chance? I mean, I do these dumbass videos 30 minutes out of a day once a week. Okay, cool. If there's actual interest in me sharing the experience of me raising an autistic son as a single dad, as a legitimate single dad, um, let me know. I'll tell you what I've learned. I mean, there's so much when it comes to the bureaucracy of trying to get Medicaid, to applying to special schools, to I'll give you an example. Every kid is on Medicaid till they're 2 years old. Do you know what it's called when they become 3 years old? I bet you don't. And I didn't. I didn't until I went through things, and I could tell you the answer to that. If anyone needs the answer, just comment. I'll tell you the answer. I will not hesitate to tell you. It's with all this lefty diversity nonsense with, oh, everyone has to be represented and blah. I don't feel that way, but I think that children like my son, disabled children, special needs, I mean children. I'm not talking about teenagers. I'm talking about children. Aren't looked they're not represented at all. At all. Black, white, whatever fucking color, it doesn't matter. They're not represented. They're just not. And something about this ad just I think it upset me because of people I know in my life who don't have children like I do. And I'm happy that they don't. I am actually very happy that they don't. But they don't get it, you know? And it's just like I'm not able I need to go see my family doctor. I haven't seen This is my last story. I haven't seen my doctor in a year. I work 7 days a week. There's no one to watch my son. The idea that I would take my son to my doctor is impossible. It's not a reality. It's like I couldn't get blood work done, and I can't communicate to my son, hey, son, can you sit here for 2 minutes for me and be quiet and hang out? He won't know what I'm saying. He has no idea what I'm trying to tell him. He's not going to comprehend it. He's going to be in a space that's weird, and he needs me. I'm his protector. And I'm going to be sat down with my arm wrapped up in a weird chair, and he's just going to be, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do, Daddy. I don't know what to do. It's not an option. It's not a reality, you know? And I'm not the only parent out there who is going through what I'm going through, whether they're single or they're not. I hope they're not single, but both are realities. I don't know how to end this video. I'm just wanting to rant. You can pass this one over if you want. Niggle out.